40 crews to line up for the fourth round of the WA Championship. This is the LRT Custom Engineering Lewana Rally. The Kirrup Forest hosting the teams on what's traditionally a very challenging event.
Right 6 long.
For the first time this year, the weather is likely to be a factor with big rains earlier in the week.
I think the weather's already played its part. I mean, it dumped all the water out there. We've got blue skies in the service park, but the temperature's been done. It's soaking wet out there. There's more puddles than I've seen in a long time. So I think there's going to be a lot of cars beside the road and a lot of muddy feet at the end of the event, and hopefully not ours.
The Hynes-Percival combination now with their noses in front as far as championship points are concerned.
Yeah, 18-point lead. I wouldn't say substantially, but it's a comfortable margin. So we don't necessarily have to try and win this event. We've just got to secure some more points, and if we go into the final round with a lead on points, we're happy with that. We can fight from there.
Early championship leader Dylan King now well and truly in catch-up mode.
Basically, we're sitting in second place. I think we're 18 points behind Leigh Hynes at the moment. So basically, we've got to collect as many points as we can and just keep it consistent and keep on the road. And with the slippery conditions today, basically the biggest thing is to keep on the road and get some good stage times.
Hynes and King joined by O'Dowd, Pusey and Oxley in making up the top 5. Entries from Davies, O'Dowd, the returning Markovic and Rob Webber all likely to feature in the outright results. The Webber-McPherson pairing looking to add valuable rally Ks to what's ended up as a development season for both crew and car.
We've added a 5-speed sequential dog box, taking a little bit of getting used to, but it's making the car a really good toy to drive. So we're here today just to have some fun. We can't come anywhere in the championship now because of our earlier results this year, so it's just about gaining some experience and having some fun.
The two-wheel drive battle is set to continue and likely to go down to the wire. Raz Vlad and Sean Keating both entered.
Very close, yeah. It's 4 points between me and Sean, so really we've got to win this one and the next one. That's all comes down to this. Very different cars, but obviously our times are all within a second at the end of the stage. So that's quite exciting, and hopefully this weather will play in our favour.
For Keating, the transmission problems on previous rounds looks to be sorted. The points gap now needing his attention.
Yeah, got a new gearbox in the Sylvia, and I haven't been watching the points closely and what happens when we drop around, but I think I have to win 2 in a row now, and then obviously finish Darling as well to get back on the leaderboard. So that's the aim today, is to finish in front of Raz and finish the next one in front of Raz as well. So
a great example of moving up the ranks. 2012 Clubman Cup winner Matt Snaddon having a heap of fun making the leap to state championship level.
Last year had great fun Clubman Cup, and it's a great series last year. It still is this year as well. Obviously this year for me going up to 4-wheel drive, I've got absolutely no idea about 4-wheel drive, but I've done one event for Australia and had an absolute ball. I cannot wait to drive the car again. It's so much faster than I'm used to and so much more fun.
Another big field of clubmans entered for this round. 4 special stages for this group to complete. Tough battles up and down the start list expected. Conditions brilliant for the field, getting away for 2 stages before a service. Hynes making a bit of a meal of the first with overshoots, second to King by just 1 second. Immediately back on the pace for the next and grabbing a massive 19-second advantage. King quick on the first and remaining consistent on SS2, the next fastest of the bunch. battles just off the front with Markovic, Webber and O'Dowd 30 seconds apart. Markovic holding down third spot with a good return drive. Dramas early for Morgan, Whittle and Davies, all three crews out after just a couple of stages. As expected, the two-wheel drive battle on from the green. Keating grabbing 11 on the first test, however big problems on SS2, beaching the Sylvia and losing a minute 24 to Vlad. Another 20k plus stage, and the repeat of SS1 followed the service. Hynes monstered the field, 30 seconds quicker on the first, another 9 on the next, and out to a 57-second lead.
50 right 3.5 in 150.
King could do little but to maintain his pace and keep a good gap back to third.
And left 2 after barrier. 50. Right 6 long. Right 6 long. Crest on exit.
Now fourth, Webber increased his intensity, 2 third fastest runs, allowing him to drag back some time on Markovic. The Subaru man, meanwhile, holding third spot with consistent runs. O'Dowd pushing hard and putting himself in the game, leading Group N and just 4 seconds off Webber's time. For two-wheel drive runner Keating, a brilliant fight back, winning the next 2 stages, storming back to what looked like an impossible result. Getting back just under a minute on SS4 and 5, and then another 65 seconds on the final 2 runs. A fantastic drive on a very eventful round.
On SS2 I come off the road and got stuck. We both had to get out and push it while I was idling in gear to get it back on the road. Lost a couple of minutes, almost lost the car, had to chase it down actually because it was still idling in gear. And then thought that was it for the championship obviously in points, but then started battling pretty hard, or pushing pretty hard after that and taking big chunks, 20-30 seconds at a time off Vlad. So we're just waiting for him to come in now to see what the final score is.
After a super comeback, he and co-driver Ash taking the win and the points for the two-wheel drive series. Complicating matters a little, Vlad and Nicole having to settle for a derived time on the final stage after stopping to render assistance to another crew. A pretty tough event on the clubman field as well. Plenty of top runners having issues and not getting any points. Nick King running his potent Escort, having a good run with top 3 times. He in fact led going into the last test, only to suffer a transmission problem. The Travers pairing quickest on the day, however losing time on SS3 with a puncture and eventually finishing third outright. Carl Rattenbury taking the round, getting his Escort through the challenging conditions for a good day's work with pointy end times across the 4 runs. Steve Vass on the podium with second place, another to get to grips with the roads and to keep up a consistent pace. Hynes continued his dominance with 2 fastest stage times, a sizable gap at the front of the field. Another very good performance for this crew, pleased with their efforts.
Yeah, good result. We come through with a win. It was hard work. The hardest part of the day was probably staying on the road. Like every other competitor would have had the same issue there. It was pretty greasy and slippery in places. The first stage, I guess we were trying to sort of find our feet, I suppose, on the slippery conditions. So we had a couple of offs, and we missed a couple of turns and had to back up. But luckily for us, other competitors had similar issues. So we're all about the same pace on the first couple of stages.
Here's your short right 6, double caution. Braking right 3 down, slippy. And care left 4 on brow.
Proving his talent yet again, young gun Dylan King putting in a mighty rally. Tough conditions, handled like a seasoned campaigner, a very well-deserved second outright.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with our run. Second position is pretty good. Basically, we've got to finish the rounds, and well done to Leigh Hynes. He did very well. He was bloody quick all day. So we tried our best, and we couldn't get him. So got him at 1 stage, I think, but that was about it. So we kept him consistent behind him, and just finished the rally. The conditions are very slippery and treacherous. Some bits were awesome. You could just hold it flat and have as much traction as you want. But other bits, you're just a passenger. We've had a few moments today, so car's still straight though. But yeah, going into some of the corners and being a passenger is just all bad, really.
Brad Markovic, a fine run, taking 3rd, another to master the tricky stage conditions. Smiling post-event, Platinum Automotive's Rob Webber, after a couple of troublesome rounds, a finish here with 4th.
We had a good rally. It's nice to actually finish one. We had a bit of a slow start, but we got there in the end. A couple of spins in the last stage. I think everybody was probably caught out by stage 3, the second time through. It was slippery as. All the junctions, like, you just could not judge. You just had to be so careful and so neat and tidy coming in. We had 2 spins on the last stage. And you wouldn't have thought we were coming in too fast. So it was very, very greasy.
O'Dowd and Searcy making up the top 5, as well as securing Group N. The championship teams now with the break before the running of the Carringtons Traffic Services Safari Rally, just under 2 months away.